Welcome to vlog number 14, and in this video I want to talk about kind of the progress of the agency, what I'm doing to try get to my goal of making at least £2,000 before I return back to school. There's not very long to go now. We've got about 2.5 weeks or so before we go back to school, so I need to try and get that £2,000 in. The current update for that is I've made £80 and then £97.90, so still 1.5 miles away from the goal that I'm looking to achieve. But kind of the update I wanted to talk about, which is over the past few days and past few weeks I've been trying to onboard potential clients. If you've been following the videos, then this is something that you already know. But I haven't had very many people onboarded. I'm still trying to cold call people and get them interested, but so far this morning I cold called a couple of leads, a couple of people that were interested and were going to potentially come onto the agency, and then immediately they said they didn't want to waste my time and they're not interested. So whether they were interested before and now they're not, or whether they were trying to postpone it onto a later date or something like that, I'm not too sure. But I tried to call them again this morning and they just said they weren't interested straight up, which is absolutely fine. You know, I do like honesty, and it is better to know what the client wants or what the client's after rather than guessing and them sort of giving you a generic answer. So that's absolutely fine, but me trying to onboard some potential clients, it's not going very smoothly. I'm trying to get more people interested. There was one person who I called this morning that said they were interested. They were going to send the details over so I can start doing some work for them. I tried to call them again this morning and they didn't answer, so I'll be definitely trying to call them later on to see if we can get them on board the agency. But that is the short and sharp update for the trying to make at least £2,000 before I return back to school update. And I'll be trying within the next few days and weeks, to the next 2.5 weeks, like I said, before we go back to school, I'll be trying to get that £2,000 in, at least £2,000, maybe more. But that is the goal, that is what I'm trying to achieve. So we'll have to see how that goes. Currently sitting on the £80 and the £97.90, and that is the progress so far. But on to the main point of the video, which is where I sort of wanted to talk about why do you do the things you do. And if it's for you, if it's starting an online business, if it's starting an Instagram account or TikTok account, whatever it may be for you, why do you want to do it? And for many people it will be to start their journey. For many people it's because they want to achieve an end result. For many people it may not be either of those things, it may be something completely different. But what I wanted to talk about in this video, and it's all about finding your why. Why do you want to do the things you're doing? Why do you want to progress? Why do you want to go on a journey to achieve success, whatever that may look like to you? For many people it looks like many different things. For some people it may be driving supercars down the Miami seafront. For some people it may be buying a house and living comfortably and not having to worry about money. But whatever your sort of version of success, what you think success is to you, then why do you want to strive for it? And why do you want to do it? And well, I'll start off. The first sort of reason I want to do it is just to go through the journey, to become disciplined, determined, sort of do anything and, you know, do something I've set out to achieve. Because there's many people say they want to be successful, many people want to, you know, drive supercars or whatever your version of success looks like to you. Many people do really want to achieve it, but a proportion of those will put in the work and a proportion of those won't. So that's kind of why I'm doing it. I want to see, will I become disciplined, determined and passionate about what it is that I'm trying to go into, whether it's an agency or whether in 10 years time I'm doing something completely different, and by then I should have documented the whole process. I should have shown you what I'm doing, and hopefully by then I'll also have a lot more value to provide to you, as I'll have more knowledge or I'll be more experienced in a certain area. But whatever it may be, my reason is I want to become disciplined, determined, and I want to go along the journey of doing that for however long the period of time is, whether it's a day, a week, a month, 5 years, 10 years, whatever the length and period of time is. So yeah, I do really want to become disciplined, determined, passionate about what it is that I do, and I want to go through the journey. And I know it's not going to be easy, but I am prepared to put in the work to do whatever it takes to get there. And if you've been watching one of my previous videos, it was about 5 or 6 videos ago I think, I put out a video that was titled, "Do You Really Want It?" And that is a very, very key thing as to finding your why. If it's something you really want, or you know you're really passionate about, you can see yourself doing in the future, then why wouldn't you go for it? especially when you have nothing to lose, such as setting up an Instagram account. It's completely free. All you can do from there is grow it. There is no sort of cost involved with it, so why wouldn't you start it? Why wouldn't you try to become something successful in that, whatever that success looks like to you? But many people worry about what they think about them. But my sort of take on it and my view on it is, if it's something you really want, if it's something you're so passionate about, you really can see yourself doing it, then wouldn't you just do it anyway? Wouldn't you do it no matter what people say? Because there'll be some people that think it's a really bad thing, there'll be some people that think it's a really good thing. Either way, people are going to have an opinion on it, so why wouldn't you just do it anyway and try get somewhere with it, and try develop a passion for it, try to become disciplined, determined, whatever your sort of goal is. Why wouldn't you do it, and why wouldn't you want to become successful and thrive in that area you're trying to go into, no matter if it's an Instagram account, an online business, drop shipping, trading, SMMA, YouTube channel, whatever it may be? Why wouldn't you try to become disciplined in it, especially when there's nothing to lose? And why wouldn't you want to do it, no matter what people think? If it's something that you're so passionate about, if it's something that you really can see yourself doing, then I personally think that you would do it regardless. So the main thing I want you to get out of this video by watching it, if you've watched it this far so far, is just start that thing, whatever you're thinking to do. If it's an Instagram account, if it's an online business, and if it's something you're really passionate about and you really can see yourself doing it, and you're not just thinking, oh, it would be nice, if it's something you really want and you really can want to strive for, then why wouldn't you start it? So the one small step that I want you to take today is to simply start it. Create that Instagram account, make the website for your online business, whatever it may be. Just take that first step, because you never know where it may lead you. Taking the first step is the only way to get somewhere, as I've mentioned many times before. Taking action, only after doing that will you see if it's right for you. You only get clarity after it and see if it's something you can see yourself doing, if it's working for you, what's working for you, what's not, and you get to choose from there. So just start that Instagram account, that online business, the trading, the SMMA, whatever it may be. If it's something that you think you really can see yourself doing, you've planned it out, you've sort of watched YouTube videos about it, you understand what it is that you want to do, and you don't just go into it completely blind, then just go start it. And if you are going into it blind, then my recommendation would be watch 20 minutes worth of YouTube videos about it, get a basic understanding, start, and then from there, when you experience real world clients and you deal with real world clients, you'll understand what it is that you're doing and sort of the real world problems, because you can only see sort of client problems and dealing with clients and all the requirements that they may have. That only comes from real world experience. You can't get that from watching a YouTube video or from trying to understand what it's like to work with clients. So just go out there and start, no matter what people think, because trust me, people are always going to have an opinion, whether it's good or bad. It doesn't really matter. If it's something you can see yourself doing, if it's something you're passionate about, and something you really want to work hard for and put the work in to actually achieve, then why shouldn't you be able to do it, or why shouldn't you start? That is my personal take on it, and that is why I've started the YouTube channel. That's why I've started the agency. I even documented the whole process of starting the agency. It's on a playlist called Creating an Agency from Scratch, and that is the agency I run now, with the one that I was talking about earlier, of trying to gain more potential clients by trying to get more people interested. But so far, we're not having very much luck with that, so I'm going to be trying later on today and also tomorrow to gain more potential clients. I've also got a few video calls to do later on today, and that is kind of the rest of the plan for today. But as it goes to starting something or trying to achieve something, just get started with it. It's the only way to make progress, because there'll be people that really want to achieve success, whatever that looks like to you. But some people will put in the work, some people won't, and most of the people that don't, it's because they're scared of what people may think of them, whether it's for that Instagram account, whether it's for that YouTube channel, whatever it may be. Most people are actually scared of what they'll think of them. So just by taking that first step and overcoming the fear, over time it will become easier, and it will become second nature to you to start recording or to start filming a TikTok or whatever it may be, according to your business, your online business, your Instagram account, whatever you decide to start. So it will just become second nature, and it does get easier to do. It does get easier to just pick up a camera and start recording some footage. It does become easier to try and grow the business, as you've already started with the foundations and you understand the foundations. You're trying to gain more clients now, you're trying to expand it and grow it, and so it does really become easier, and it does become more efficient, whether the business or the Instagram account or the page actually becomes harder to run or not, whether there's more work involved, the process of actually picking up a camera or the process of filming a TikTok, filming an Instagram does become easier. And you do learn to sort of find your own version, find your own flow, because many people try to copy the exact structure of someone else, but if you just sort of talk how you talk, say what you'd say, and share your insights and your knowledge as to what you've learned so far, and not trying to overdo it where you think that you're trying to talk about something you don't really understand. And that is something and a trap that many people do actually fall into. Just document what you've learned, talk about the knowledge you currently have, talk about where you want to be, and hopefully in the future the fact that you could actually provide some more value to your viewers in the future. So to go back to the main point of the video and wrapping every single thing up about finding your why and why it's so important, because like I said, my why is I want to go on a journey, I want to become disciplined, determined and passionate about something, whatever that may be, whether that's an online business, whether it's an Instagram account, whether it's, you know, a software company, whatever it may be in the future. And in 10 years from now or 5 years from now, hopefully I'll have a lot more value to provide to you, as I will have learned a lot more. I can document the process, showing you what I've done and what I've tried and what's gone well, what hasn't gone well. Hopefully you can find some value in that, and hopefully it inspires you to start something else or start something of your own and just take the first step. And that is why my motto at the end of every single video is take it one step at a time, because you just have to put one foot forward in front of the other, take the next step, do what's required next, and then do that next, and do it next, and do it next, and eventually you will find yourself building a business, building an Instagram account, whatever it may be. Just take the first step, because after that you have to take another step, and that is the only way to keep progressing, like a domino effect. And it will become easier to pick up a camera, it will become easier to try and progress with the business, no matter if the work becomes harder or easier or there's more work. The actual process of it becomes easier as you understand what you're trying to do, or you understand the process of going from A to B and how you actually get there. So that is the main point of the video. Find your why. What is actually making you want to do this? Why are you doing it? To the point where you're not worried about what others think, because it's something you really want to do regardless. To the point where no matter if they say it's a really good thing or a really bad thing, you're going to work regardless. You know, you work on discipline and not motivation. Whatever sort of your why is, make sure you find it and make sure you use it during a work, as it's something that many people have, but it's also something that a few people do not have, and something that people need to find, as it does give you a whole new sort of light and feel to your work when you do it. And so no matter what it is, just make sure you find your why. It's a really, really important thing during the work, during when you've got a bit of work that you're not quite sure how to do yet, but you need to figure out how to learn, and it just makes the whole process a lot more seamless as you understand what you're trying to work for. So that's the end of the video. I'll wrap everything up there. Just start that thing, whether it's an Instagram account, online business. I know I've mentioned it so many times during the video, but it's something that's so important. By just getting started, by taking action, is the only way to actually move forward and make progress with it. So that's the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching. Remember to take it one step at a time, and I'll see you in the next one.